Yo, what up? So basically I got straight to it. I got home late from work. Unfortunately, I got a flat tire on my truck, so I just got 4 new tires. And by the time I got here, it was already 5 o'clock. So when I jumped in the garage, I say more or less like 6:30, and I just got down to it. And what you guys see in the time lapse is me taking apart the full under dash harness, taking out the battery, and removing some of the wires that run to the front of the car. This whole harness setup right here for the under dash is straight off a 92 through 95 coupe, and yeah, straight plug and play. It looks messy when you guys see it, but hey, it works, and that's pretty much what it is. It works, and you can't run around it. It was a simplistic setup, straight OBD1 for the whole car, and yeah, now it's going back to my brother. All right, check it out. I try to keep it as close to how I had it in the car. I kept everything connected. That way he doesn't have no complications trying to put it back on. Literally this whole system, how it's plugged in, it had the car running. It was flawless. So let me give you a rundown on the fuse box. The fuse box is supposed to power the ignition. The standalone is going to send power to the jumper. The Kseries harness is going to send power to the actual fuel pump. So this whole setup is gone. It'll be turnkey setup. It's going to function the lights, the tail lights, and anything else that is going to send power to. It gives me the full option to do the switch panel for the nitrous, etc., the fan, or whatever it may be. It's going to come with multiple relay auxiliaries. That way I could run the nitrous. It's going to be basically a full dedicated race harness. And this harness is interchangeable between any setup with a K-Series. So whether it's in my CRX or my Integra or a EG or whatever the case is, if I want to swap the chassis out, I could do that. And it could be the whole engine setup with the harness, and it'll work, plug and play. So since my brother's getting back his Haltech jumper harness that goes straight to the standalone system and to the actual engine harness for the K-Series, my tuner either had to wire some pinouts for the fan, for the nitrous, and something else. I can't remember off the top of my head, but he had to wire some stuff either into the harness or into the jumper harness for the Haltech. So I decided to pull the plug and have him make me a full Haltech jumper harness. I guess it's not Haltech, it's more or less that he made it, but it's designed to plug straight into the Haltech standalone system. It'll go into the Elite 1500. So he got that together for me. I'll put some images in the video so you guys can see what I'm talking about. He's already made the fuse box. The fuse box is gonna power the whole car, the headlights, the tail lights. He's also making a couple other things. Right now I'm gonna pull measurements for the fan. So from the ECU to the fan, then I gotta pull measurements from the ECU to the fuel pump. Yo, what up? What's crackalacking? So pretty much it's been a super long day, but everything's finalized for the most part, and we're moving 20 steps ahead in the right direction. So it may not look like it, but inside I'm super happy and I'm excited. The nitrous is connected, the nitrous is wired in, the nitrous is 100% activated. So tomorrow, if things do look, in the right way, maybe I'll go do like a little test hit or something, and just see how it feels. Nothing crazy, just I don't know. I just want to go and get on it real quick and do a little pull. Overall, though, the system does work. My fuel pump literally turns on and it'll prime and shut off. I have never had that function with the car. It's very pleasing, you know what I'm saying? And it's most definitely worth the investment. Just seeing the amount of wires that everything is reduced to is phenomenal. Everything that he uses for his components is in aerospace engineering. So all the hardware for this job and the install is super high quality. So I'm very pleased. I'm very stoked to see what we're going to be getting into with this full race program. He still needs to do a couple things, which that's create a harness to the headlights and tail lights, which will be all in the same functions. It is crazy because I kind of expected more out of the box. And when I say more, I mean more wires, not the amount that it really is. It's super crazy because all that this box has right now, it functions the whole vehicle. It's a full chassis harness, but minimized. Look at that. Super bulky, multiple wires, just like crazy, even on this end. So let me show you here. This is his harness. So this is his version of the Haltech harness. So this whole system right here, gone. It's 2 plugs into the Kseries harness right there that runs up into the engine, and then this connector. That's the chassis harness. That's it. It's simplified. It's super crazy. This is right for the switch panel. So this will be ignition to turn on. This is fuel. This is nitrous. And this right here is going to be lights. So everything is powered basically off of this. It's super cool. Not even lying. Everything's plug and play. This is considered the E-plug right here. This little wire is the E-plug. So instead of doing a whole clip that comes into here, 3 wires, E-plug. Super simple. This box, worth the investment. My fuel pump wire, 1 little wire. Runs right here. Grounds out real quick. This is something I did because I don't have a grounding section here. Clips in. We can remove it. We don't got to disconnect nothing back here no more. This is removing the wires for the fuel pump. I remade some grounds. So you're going to see a time lapse of me making some grounds. I was trying to get ahead with that before he pulled up. And now I got to make just the charging system. So from there to the actual power box, and then to the alternator and starter, I'm going to loop those. Then off the starter, I'm going to run back to the battery. We have this. This is a ground. That's the connector for the fan. Boom, done. Nitrous is connected to there. It's grounded and comes into here. 1 plug. Boom, you see that? Super easy. This is a ground to the actual chassis into the box. So that's the main ground. So I got to make a bracket to hold all this stuff. 1 panel, boom, hold all this stuff. Get this nice and tucked away. Tuck the harness up, and it'll be super clean. He took the cluster, and he's going to end up wiring in 2 wires from here to the cluster, running off a switch. And that's going to give me my RPM and my check engine light. Then we're going to run a coolant temp sensor. And you guys are probably wondering, like, oh, why do like that? Why not integrate it into this harness? Well, the main goal is to upgrade to the full Haltech dash. So when I get my Haltech ECU or the Haltech standalone system, from there, I end up investing into the actual digital dash as well. And then we'll be able to do some custom settings on the dash. Nitrous will show that it's activated on the dash. It will show all the functions, oil pressure, everything. So that's the main investment next. Get my own Haltech system and dash. So that's why we're going to be running it that way. Super cool. Super cool. Super low idle. It's all good though. First try. Overall, if you guys can't really tell, I'm pretty stoked. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this video here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. If you guys do, like, share, subscribe, comment, and turn your post notifications on. Thank you guys for watching.